For the last 2 decades, northern Nigeria has dealt with varying causes of death for its residents. The struggle for land and water shrinking with climate change, a challenge of illegal mining and displacement of people off their land to get access to gold, plain criminality from bandits and kidnappers, and the religious attacks that have affected communities in the Middle Belt, Benue Plateau, and Taraba. Of course, carrying all these issues like a baby on his back is Nigeria's political class in the attempt to leverage its challenges for political gain. In January 2014, the current president tweeted, "The slaughtering of Christian worshippers is strongly condemnable. It calls to question the competence of Jonathan, the then president, to protect Nigerians." In 2022, the former president, Muhammadu Buhari, tweeted, "Among the recipients of the 2022 National Honor Awards, which I presented yesterday, is Imam Abdullahi Abubakar, a religious leader who hid over 262 Christians in his mosque from attacks in Yalowa Gindi Aquative village in Plateau State, an inspiring example of religious tolerance. So when citizens are being killed and the government is silent, takes no action, and in some cases dismisses the tragedy, can we really blame those who believe the government is complicit?" In Simon Kolawole's words, "Still, genocide or no genocide, Nigeria desires and deserves to live in a society where they feel safe, secure, and happy. We would not be discussing genocide if the state had always demonstrated the capacity to protect the lives of its citizens, men, women, Christian, children, Muslims, animists, and atheists. But this major falling created the room for this narrative. The onus is on the state to step up its game and make Nigerians feel at home anywhere they are in the country. There must also be a deliberate, sustained, and effective program of peace building in the divided communities so that those utilizing the power of framing and selective perception will not have the last laugh. Instead of being angry with Trump, Nigerian leaders should take Nigerian lives seriously." Did we bring this monumental embarrassment upon ourselves?
Oh, yes, we did, because we could have nipped it in the bud. And then because if we weren't assimilating bandits and terrorists into the Nigerian army, the armed forces won't be where we are. I think successive presidents, not only President Tinubu, successive presidents have allowed this to fester till this point. And somebody said, no, if you're looking for the genocide of Christians in Nigeria, don't look at Lagos churches because it's all glamour. Every week, every Sunday is glamour upon glamour. But the people in the heat of it know what they've been through. If you look at the Middle Belt and up north, you see that there's been a lot of casualties from terrorist attack. Even the West is not absorbed from these, because remember the attack on an Owo church, a church in Owo
St.
town.
Francis Xavier Catholic Church.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So you see, there have been pockets in the West, but there have been sustained attacks in the North and the Middle Belt. The problem, just as you've said in this monologue, is the complicity of the states in not taking adequate action. Will President Trump really invade Nigeria? I don't think so, because it will be violating our sovereignty to come all the way.
Trump doesn't have any qualms in violating sovereignty.
No, he doesn't have qualms. I mean, he did that to Iran.
Yeah, and everywhere.
But at the end of the day, he's going to have to account for such an invasion. And when he invades, if he invades, is he dropping bomb on Kano, Kaduna, or Benue? Or is it coming to bomb Lagos? Or is it going to Southeast? So it's not as simple as it makes it to be. Because you cannot say, I'm coming to save you, and you're coming to make it worse. We remember what US did to Libya, but I stand to say you can't do that to Nigeria.
Iraq.
I like that you have said Lagos is not Nigeria. I always want people to remember.
No, it's not. Abuja too is not Nigeria.
Abuja is not Nigeria. Whatever city you are and you think that you're comfortable, you go to church and everything is fine, that's not where Nigeria starts and ends. Nigeria is big. Yeah. Nigeria is big, right? I think for me, on the lighter note, is just to tell our president, Tinubu, you know, when you've lived life and then you are able to see some things happening, some proverbs coming to life in your own time.
Yeah.
You know, when they say when you live in glass houses, you should
Do
not
not throw stones.
All the stones that he threw
Are back.
are back on him now,
Yes.
right? And we can see the evidences from his tweets that they're now
Yes.
deleted. It's quite interesting, but
What are those stones?
he was in his advocacy.
Okay.
Anyway, I also do not think that, of course, the United States is going to come in guns a-blazing and what.
No, they
right?
can't.
There's so many. So when the CPC happens, there are so many processes that would happen until we get to that point.
Yes.
Sanctions. They also work with intelligence. I know that Trump can be erratic, right? But they have systems.
Yeah.
There are intelligence to gather.
They have more
before-
facts than you.
They know what is happening and they know where it is
I
happening.
disagree
right?
with you on that. They have facts, and then they didn't find the weapons of mass destruction.
They have
in
facts
in-
more than
in
Iraq. Just
Iraq.
in
and millions of
Nigeria,
people
Well-
died
they
as a
have facts
result
more
of
than
that.
you.
I mean, that does not still undermine the fact that they have a lot of
They
information.
have
No,
a
but they
lot
can't
of
just invade
intelligence.
Nigeria
No,
like
of course,
that.
that's not the fact. They have a lot of intelligence.
Yeah.
And this designation did not just happen because he woke up one morning and decided to make it happen.
Yeah.
People petitioned for it.
Yes.
Bishops, church
Nigerians called for it. Yes.
called for it.
Yes.
So we need to understand that this is not just him waking up and thought, oh, which other country
I
am I going
want
to
to-
have fun
I
in
mean,
right now, right?
You're right.
So I love what has happened. However, I'm very disappointed at our leaders. I've always been disappointed at our leaders anyway. But what is happening now, it just shows that they really do not care.
Yeah.
Because what has happened in the last 1 week,
They're
you have
showing
seen state of emergency on our police training college and our military. How many times have we talked about this as a country? In fact, I can remember far back as 5 to 6 years ago, I've had a report on this same issue. Nothing was done. So suddenly we have state of emergency on it.
Terribly shameful, and the entire Nigerian leadership should be horribly ashamed of themselves. Look, when a man's house is on fire, he does not determine where he gets help from to quench that fire. Where we are today is a consequence of the leadership and the same actions of people like the current president. And let us not misdirect our rage. President Trump did not say America is coming immediately to Nigeria. He gave an instruction. The Nigerian leadership should move fast. Gentlemen and ladies, our heat and pressure should be on the government to move fast.
Bam.
To end the killing.
Thank you.
So we are beginning
Not
to
on
talk
Trump.
about Trump coming guns blazing. What is the leadership doing? 3 days ago, they were in Bayelsa trying to port another governor to receive, because
The vice
that is what
president was there.
that is
Even
the
if I
vice
was on
president was
ground.
there. So we have outsourced issues of security to other persons while government is more active in politicking. It is not just about saying that people are the government is not handling issues of terrorism. Is government seemingly taking actions that support it? In 2018, the first Nigerian Minister for Defense, General T.Y. Danjuma, stood on a podium in Taraba and said the military, they are not neutral. They collude with the terrorists. Nigeria's first Minister for Defense, till today, nobody investigated to know what exactly is happening. People are dying, people buried in mass graves.
Yeah.
What happened? Who was arrested and investigated for the killing of Deborah Yakubu Usman, Danfodio College of Education, Sokoto? The Redeemed Evangelist Eunice Olawale, who was slaughtered in Kubwa when she was doing a morning cry. How many persons were arrested? The vice president in that administration was a redeemed pastor. So when the government continues to take steps, and then again, it was the Tinubu APC that called for the intervention of America in the first place. In 2014, politicizing an issue of security under the Jonathan government. Today, about 10 years later, you have now held the seat.
That's what
so I think my call and the pressure is on the Nigerian government. You have an instruction. If you can collect loan from America and the World Bank, please, you can take warning from them. Nobody should talk about the morality. Nigerians need help. The killing need to stop. Take their warning and move fast.
My pressure is on Nigerian citizens.
Yes.
Thank you for telling our leaders,
Yes.
Nigerian citizens. You know, I said our literacy level is very low. The way Nigerian thinks, especially on social media,
Yes.
what they're supposed to be hammering on, they'll be using it as a skit. Cruise. You don't
Is
understand.
this kids matter?
Yes.
man?
And what they're
People have to
supposed
live their lives.
No, Gbenga,
they are not the
Gbenga.
national security
When you
advisor.
come on social media, you treat real life.
We
Gbenga.
trivialize the issue.
People who are on social, do you know how many accounts are no longer active because some persons have died of probably police brutality that nobody knows about?
No.
After social media, there is real life.
Now you said they are not national security. Can I ask you a question, sir? You schooled abroad. Can you compare how citizens over there are aware about their constitution
Yes.
compared to Nigeria?
How they engage.
Nigerians don't know nothing about their land.
I don't think,
hold on.
American citizens know as much
I don't think so,
about their country as
about their land.
Nigerians do.
But they are very involved in their governance. They are very involved.
They are very involved, sir. So Nigerian citizens should do better. Put pressure on your
leaders.
That's it. Then let there be sanctions on these people. Now they say 12 governors have been profiled. They want to do this. Excuse me. Return their children back to Nigeria.
Yes.
Whatever school they are, bring them back home.
Revoke their visas.
Revoke their visas.
And pick up good meat.
Confiscate their properties.
Take their houses.
Yes.
Take their houses, take their properties. Listen, the way you dress is the way you shall be addressed. In Poland, they went there, they didn't destroy the place. People should stop go to history. Stop saying America will destroy you. They went to Germany, they went to Kuwait, they went to Japan. Hold on.
To our sovereignty.
Hold on.
Which sovereignty? The sovereignty
for 15 years.
Grandpa,
did you
have some hold on. We have sovereignty.
Libya was
let me finish.
We have hold on. See, you are giving me Libya, I'm giving you Kuwait.
Yes.
You are giving me Libya, I'm giving you Japan.
Yes.
Up to today, they are in Poland. Excuse me, they are in different countries.
Yes.
That's why I said to you, the way you dress
is the way you be addressed.
Go and
but the agenda in Africa is always different.
Put pressure on your stooges.
Yes.
Okay. Your stooges.
And then both Muslims and Christians should be happy. Terrorists they want to take out.
Listen,
everybody should be okay that the criminals should be taken out.
The people that are babodeing for you, put pressure on them.
Okay, we have to go.
We have to go.
Yes. I mean, there's a lot to unpack here, but we can't. I want to respond, but I'll respond off camera.
With everything that we have, no basic amenities, no social security.
They say, nature abhors.
Lagos is inside water. There's no pipe of water in any house.
We are sorry about that.
As they say, nature abhors a vacuum, and imported quick fixes often come with unwelcome side effects. Let's discuss our brothers in Libya. Let's take ownership of our challenges, since nation building implies that from the top to the bottom, you and I must put our nose to the grindstone. Are you ready? Then join us again, same time, same channel next week. Till then, it's goodbye from all of us. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.